You are welcome to LFN What's Your Say, the #1 listening show where we discuss real issues with real people like you. We are still featuring R. Kelly. Real name, Robert Sylvester Kelly, also known as the R&B King. So now we know well what Gayle King was trying to achieve 3 years ago, when she did an interview with R. Kelly. She was simply seeking fame at his expense, and yes, she got it. On March 6, 2019, Gayle King sat down with R. Kelly with the promise of helping to offer him a chance to speak out and also be heard, as it had been the accusers alone doing the talking by then. We had listened to most of the surviving R. Kelly testimonies. We had also heard from the parents involved at various occasions, as they made serious accusations against the R&B King. Hearing that Robert was also getting his opportunity to finally speak out was indeed a breath of fresh air, and many eyes were glued to their television sets to hear what he had to say. Little did we know that Gayle King was only seeking fame from this, and nothing else. We have already discussed matters of how the interview actually unfolded in some of our past episodes, and will therefore not repeat ourselves on this matter. After the interview, Gayle King was the most sought-after media personality by other reporters who were hungry for a share of the spoils from her mega R. Kelly sit-down. And while on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, the CBS This Morning co-host was heard bragging about a call she had received in the green room, while waiting to be invited on the show. According to Gayle King, the call came in from the one and only Elton John, a legendary English singer and pianist with a crazy array of hits. And she was so excited, screaming to the top of her lungs, "Elton John just called me, and he wanted to talk about the interview with R. Kelly."
Yes, can I just tell you what happened to me backstage?
Just
In
now?
the green room, Elton John called me.
This was the voice of Gayle King, all sounding very excited only because Elton John had called him asking him how the interview with R. Kelly ended like it did. You would think with her experience, this would be nothing to excite her. You would think she feels she is famous enough. The reality was rather different. It is so disturbing to discover how much of a sadist Gayle King had turned out to be. This talk about Elton John's call confirmed she was only seeking her own fame when she went to R. Kelly's residence at Trump Towers that day, and fame she got. It is just so difficult to find even a single person in this world who has done something that would gain R. Kelly but themselves. It looks like everyone is simply looking to take away from him. Of course, with a few exceptions such as the SOS channel host, that is doing a great job exposing enemies of R. Kelly, and keeping fans updated with the entire legal process. And for that we thank you. But these are only a handful, as most people have simply chosen to be on the offensive and make things unendingly worse for the R&B King. If Gayle King really wanted to offer Robert a platform where he can express himself, and also get a chance to defend himself, she would have achieved this. But she well knew what she was doing, and for God's sake, she did him a major disservice. I fail to understand how we operate in this our country. We are living in a country where it no longer matters what we do to others, like their friendship is not worth being preserved. Our interactions have turned into hit and runs. For as long as someone has achieved what they want off you today, they don't really care if you will give them another opportunity to access them tomorrow. This is probably because social media has made controversy very rewarding. Even more rewarding than conventional matters of greater economic and social value. Okay, it's obvious that after an R. Kelly interview, Gayle King would be more famous than she was before. But I did not imagine that she would brag about it. Doing this just proved the suspicions that she is just another anti-Kelly activist in the skin of a reporter. And because she knew well what she did, she had to rubbish the idea that she had already met R. Kelly before by saying their meeting was short and too simple to mean a lot. Just so people do not wonder how she would disappoint her own friend like that. According to Mindy Stein, Gayle King has always been after her own gains and nobody else's. Every interview she looks for is for her self-promotion. I lost so much respect for her when I watched that interviews with R. Kelly, and the other with his live-in girlfriends. She sounded and looked like she had been sent for one purpose, to destroy R. Kelly, and to position him well for blackmail. According to Barbara Walters, It is of no doubt that Gayle King has been very involved in the R. Kelly case, and has done all she could to send R. Kelly to prison. However, as she is doing this, she ought to remember that she too has got a family, and that the same thing can happen to her own. As you know, karma comes in different forms. All the wrong things you do to others tend to return to you tenfold. Gayle King knew well that her interviews with Kelly and the girls were done wrongly, but she carried on. There is one social media influencer on Vlad TV who said, when you are looking to pass on your message out to the world, you don't look out for Gayle King. She may have the audience you need but not the professionalism to make your voice heard. Her interviews are her own shows. She will always make sure she wins against you. According to Angela, Gayle King got fictitious at some point in her effort to make R. Kelly look guilty. She mentioned that she could hear R. Kelly coughing behind the walls in the next room, as if she knows him well enough to know what his cough sounds like. And what's disturbing is the fact that she says this with unimaginable confidence. I find this rather a lack of professionalism in her work. I do not expect a reporter to emphasize guesswork for truth, yet she has no proof that this was R. Kelly making the sounds she claims to have heard. We are sorry, Gayle King, but we do not believe your accusations. You should have taken time to investigate this and have some proof to it before you became mistress of propaganda against the R&B king. How you choose to make someone's misfortune your opportunity for fame, and how you turn determining R. Kelly's fate your core business all surprise me. According to Betty Richardson, the way Gayle King is fond of asking inappropriate questions, I imagine doing some digging into her past could reveal plenty of inappropriate behavior as well. As she judges others, she needs to remember that no one is perfect, and therefore everyone has then one thing about their life that they will not like to put out in public. If you wish to take part in a live interview discussing any of these topics, let us know by sending an email to sashalfnmedia@gmail.com for scheduling. Thank you for watching today's video, a production of LFN Media, giving you another perspective of issues at hand. We make it our business to keep you updated with the truth amidst the cloud of lies the media wants you to believe. It is therefore important to subscribe to this channel, hit the bell icon and allow all notifications so that you don't miss out whenever we publish a new video.